wanted to share this little thing here. It says, speak to your children as if they are the wisest, kindest, most beautiful, and magical humans on earth. For what they believe is what they will become. If you are lucky enough to still be raising children at home, please take this to heart. I'm sure I'm speaking to a lot of people who just love and adore their children. But even on the hard days, remember this. The words you speak to them in anger, the things you might say that might tear them down, they do a lot of damage. And you kind of don't realize it at the time, but later on you'll look back and say, I wish I hadn't lost my temper. I wish I hadn't said what I said to my child. So just keep that in mind. I mean, we can all do better in all the roles we play in life, but just a reminder, not a judgment. Okay, first of all, this is kind of off the wall, but I really, truly want to see what you guys think. Did you notice this in the first interview? I was working on my video yesterday and came across this, and something about it, what Candus does, makes my blood run cold. It just gives me the shivers, and I'm trying to figure out why I'm having that response. You guys, please watch this 20 seconds of Candus and tell me what you think.
Elsa and
I think she.
I can't hardly watch it. Honestly, what is she doing with her jaw? And was that cracking sound added by WJHL, or was her jaw that loud cracking? She looks like she's going into a trance too. Please tell me what you think. It's just been on my mind. It's bothered me since yesterday. I know it might sound silly, but what is it? What do you think it is that makes her do this? So next up, what I want to share this morning is a video of Crackin Cases where Allie tells a story about Candus that just kind of stuck with me, and something this morning made me think of it. And so I went back and tried to find it, and I've got a clip here of the story. And take a listen. You're going to want to hear this.
Or anything with you. I was just tired of it after that. And so we're going to talk about some of the things that we had witnessed through this, because, I mean, it's time for that. Okay, go ahead with your... I got to run to the restroom.
Okay, so this phone call, I'm pretty sure, was around October. Once again, we never, ever, ever, ever took our children to that house, okay? And we were asked multiple times to bring our children up there, and we always told them no. Anytime that we went up there, our kids were either in school or they were with either my mom or Cam's mom. Every single time that we went up there. There was one day that she called and she was very upset because nobody was able to come up there and work on the house like we were supposed to, or well, like they were supposed to. Our guest had either gotten sick or her truck had messed up. Something had happened where she wasn't able to. There was a few other people that were supposed to be there. They weren't able to make it that day either for whatever reason. And she said, you know, I know that other people have their own lives, but they were supposed to be here, and I need somebody to come up here and do this. I don't even remember what it was. If it was painting, I don't know. But she said, can you all come up here tomorrow? And we were like, well, I don't know if we'll be able to. Our kids were out of school that day for some reason. The schools were closed that coming up day, which it was a Friday. And she had said, if you all could come up here. And I said, well, you know, our kids are out of school, so we probably won't be able to come up there. And she made the comment, she said, well, your kids can come up here. You can just bring them up here with you. And She said we can let them go in the basement and play while we're working. That right there, first of all, I would never, ever take my children up there, period. But I would never let them go in that basement. I'm sorry.
And for her not to have that as an idea, let the kids go down there and play while we work. I was like, I would, if something happened and my child did disappear from a basement, I would be scarred to go near that basement.
Right. I would never want to put somebody else's children down there. So again, she said, you know, this right here is why I wanted so badly when we went into that basement finally to check on that door to see if it would be able to be open. Because she made the comment, she said, your son could probably open the basement door, but your daughter wouldn't be able to because it's kind of hard to open. Which I will say right now is 100% not true. It was not hard to open, in my opinion. I was able to very easily unlock it and open it when we were there. So she said, we can just put the kids in the basement and they can play. And then I guess she realized what she was saying about putting kids in the basement, which is the same place that her daughter had disappeared from. And she said, I don't think she said it would be a shame if she said, we'll just go down there and we'll check on them, you know, periodically. And she said,
it'd be a real shame.
She said, it would be a real shame if another kid went missing from down there. When I tell you that my mouth dropped open, I mean that 100%. It shook me to my core when she said that, because I didn't understand why she would say that. I mean, why would you say it would be a real shame? First of all, it would not be a shame if it wasn't a shame that Summer went missing from that basement. It was a tragedy. And for you to say, oh, it would be a real shame if if another kid went missing from down there. What?
And listen, and by the way, the reason it hit her this way, I wasn't on the phone call with her.
No, Cam was not even in the same room as me when this happened.
But early on in the phone call, she was angry. Candus was angry that nobody showed up. So her tone is really what set it off. And
right.
Allie
The way that she said it, I mean, when I tell you that it shook me to my core, it shook me to my core. And at that right there was a real turning point for me, I think, in my mind, because I tried to think of every possible reason that I could think of that she would say that. I mean, why would anybody say that?
And that could, and it could mean nothing at all.
It could not mean anything in the world. It could have really been an innocent statement that she made, and she didn't realize what she said or how she said it. It could have been 100% an innocent statement. She didn't mean anything.
But for your gut to roll like that, she got off the phone. She said, "Kim, come here right now."
Yeah, I went into the other room where he was, and I said, "You need to come here now." And I said, "You would not believe what she just told me." And I'm telling you, that right there really made me start looking at things differently.
Sorry.
She said that. I was told this, 3 months ago, y'all? 4 months ago?
Yeah.
So, what do you think of that? I mean, just wow. I'm really surprised that she was able to keep that story under wraps for the several months that she did. I think I would have had to immediately let people know if somebody said something like that just made me feel that way about my kids and their safety and well-being. Anyway, I think it speaks to more to how Candus sees what happened to Summer, as in at what Allie said, it's a shame and not a tragedy. And I think that speaks volumes. All right, guys, that's it for me. Have a beautiful day. Until next time.